This is NDTV, and you're watching NDTV 24/7.
With these beautiful ladies, I'm here in Grace Belgravia, and this is a very, very unique art exhibition because for me, as I see it, art is of course each one's perception, right? And for me, as I see it, it is a very, very glamorous representation of the crisis that has been in India for the last several years in an agrarian economy such as India's, where we see paddy fields fast vanishing, where we see farmers committing suicide because they're not able to pay back their debt, where we see the production of grains and seeds on a constant decline, particularly that of millets. But it's all put up so beautiful, and for anything to get the attention of people to look at the farmer crisis. I have with me Revati. I'll start with the artist first. This is your exhibition, so congratulations on it.
Thank you. Thanks.
And tell us about this thought, because what we're seeing behind us for the benefit of our viewers is a lot of pieces that I see behind me is grains made in silver, so that not just justifies the price that you pay for it, but it also represents a great deal, and you will tell us what that is.
I think for me, grain is the starting point. So it's nourishing, it nourishes the soul, it nourishes the body, it also nourishes the soul. It's the seed that sets fire to the idea. And I used silver and in some installations gold, which I don't have here, because it's only if something is valuable that we give it attention. And if it's food, we throw away. So a lot of these installations are sarcastic comments about how we all live our lives. When I was doing my research, one of the shocking statistics that I found was there are 800 million people who go hungry every day. And that's
In India.
all over the world, 800 million people. It's staggering, the sheer. And 1/3 of the world's population is obese. And you just think somewhere if you can draw a balance.
How hypocritical we could be. Sure. Before I cut across to you, I want to get the attention of the people to something like this. This is one of my favorites in this room here. It's a little sack. I'm going to turn it around slightly. So it's a sack which has silver all over, which obviously means it's very expensive. How much for this one, Anshu?
This is, it's 5,000 per piece.
5,000 per piece. So it's got silver all outside.
It's got 650 grams of silver, each of the pieces.
650 grams of silver, which is in the form of grains, which looks like it's basmati rice. But inside, it's empty. And that's because she wants to say that that's how the world is.
I've titled it Empty Inside. And empty inside, not just in terms of our granaries, but also in terms of our hearts, and in terms of, I think in today's world a lot of the emphasis is on the brand, it's on the how you look versus the depth, and this is kind of a realistic interpretation of that.
Ouch. Unfortunately, that's what the world is. That's what all of us are. Absolutely flashy from outside, but then sometimes hollow inside, and it's all of us. What does it mean to you? You've come to visit this exhibition. What does it mean to you when you talk of a green, a seed?
Yeah, as soon as I got Anshu's invitation for this and I saw the title of it, that just blew me away, and I knew I had to get down to what I love doing most, is understanding it from the Sanskrit point of view. So I went online onto the dictionary and I found that there were 245 words for the word seed. And each word
Sanskrit.
in Sanskrit.
So Sanskrit can be translated the word seed can be translated in Sanskrit in 245 different ways.
That's right. And grain also. That was also another. So, I mean, this is the way Sanskrit works. And the thing is that it's like with every word, it opens up a whole way of understanding the world. So it's beautiful because the grain plays such an important part in Indian culture from the time that we've been farming, and it actually has very, very strong philosophical concept of the whole world. Actually, the whole world comes from this one single, the grain, and it is then going to become that one grain. So it's this whole emanation of out of this tiny little seed that brings out the whole Brahman, the whole world.
And I'm sure you have organized so many such. But what does this mean to you personally?
You know, to me, this brings together a lot of aspects. And like Ushma rightly said, the seed is the beginning and the end of everything. And that's why we call this exhibition of everything and nothing. Because literally, everything, nothing, I mean, Reithis use the seed almost as a metaphor for consciousness. And everything and nothing is literally the same thing.
Like I was saying, for the benefit of those who are not here in this exhibition, yes, for many of you who will be sitting on your couch, you must be thinking, silver on the walls, that's too much, that's wastage of money, etc. What would you like to say to people who'd say that you, by the way, have not used any grain because you thought you can put better use to it and feed people?
Actually, a lot of people ask me if I've used real grain, and I couldn't bring myself to do that.
Yeah. Silver
because
can be
it's food. Because
used.
silver is something that you can buy, right? It's something that you can make. It's something, and I just felt that it's a visual reminder for all of us. So even at home, but we forget. Our lives are very repetitive and very reactive, versus thinking and sitting and spending time contemplating. And I feel if there's a visual reminder, somewhere it stays in your head, and somewhere
that you don't waste food. And
it's in the little things, right?
I mean, I've been covering the agrarian crisis for the last several years in Vidarbha, in Maharashtra, in Andhra Pradesh, which has been among the biggest states.
You were meant to be here.
I was meant to be here. And anything that can bring the attention of the people to this crisis, because unfortunately in India it's seen as this non-glamorous, anything on cricket becomes top headline and can continue to be for several weeks, but it takes a farmer to die, and it takes several farmers in thousands to die to get to the headlines, and they don't manage to stay too long, and the subject unfortunately gets hidden under the carpet. So as long as it is being spoken about in any form is very important, and especially when art picks it up, then I think it makes the statement that much louder.